everybody. Today I am going to show you how to use formulas. These formulas in terms of input variables to generate output variables. And as well, we can create a solution selecting the best value of decision variables. In this regard, we have to do sensitivity analysis through one-way data table or two-way data table. Actually, my target is to develop insights in the business problem and to find a solution for this business problem. So let's start with this formula. So here these formulas are used in developing the decision model for a company, for an example. And here we have input variables in terms of fixed cost, variable cost per unit, selling price per unit. And the decision variable in this model, we can see here it is written number of items sold. And using these entries, we calculated this total revenue, output variables in terms of total revenue, total cost, and profit. For an example, if we enter a value here, it is 500. Say if I put here 600 and press enter, it creates a profit of 2000. How we got this? If we look at here, it shows total revenue 18,000, total cost 16,000. Difference between these two is 2000. So it means subtracting this, we can get it. So if I click here, you see the reflection of the same formula. Again, if I click here, I can see here also used formula like selling price multiplied by number of items sold, we get total revenue. C10 multiplied by C12. Again, if I click on total cost, it says C8, it means fixed cost. C9 multiplied by 12. Variable cost multiplied by number of items sold. So we get the total cost. Already I explained difference between these two is profit. Now, in addition to computing this profit, most of the decision makers, they are interested in the break-even points. This break-even point, it is the number of units sold that will result in total revenue equal to total cost. It means here the number sold will be in such a way that the total revenue and total cost, these two must be equal. So how it comes? First, I can see here 2000. So let's bring the goal sheet to see if I consider here profit 0, how much it comes here. So bring data and click data and bring goal seek. So I brought goal seek here. Now, as I told, this profit C17, I have to consider it 0 by changing cell. Which one? Number of items sold. So click here Select this, press OK. It is generating. You see, it is generated 500. So it is done. So profit 0, number of items sold is 500. Now if we look at these formulas, we can see here profit equal to total revenue minus total cost, as we discussed here. So if we break down this total cost, it is actually combination of fixed cost plus variable cost. So taking this equation here, putting this profit equal to 0 and selling price, I kept like this, selling price per unit multiplied by number of items. Totally it is called selling price. Again minus fixed cost as it is, variable cost per unit multiplied by number of items. So totally is called variable cost. Now if we bring this selling price per unit, variable cost per unit in the denominator and fixed cost at the numerator, then this number of items, it will be here. So this is our formula or equation to find the number of items. That's what I used it here, this formula. Fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable cost, it is actually per unit, because I use these two. So it is 500, and by goal seek, putting profit 0 also, it is 500, and here we got 500 using this profit also 0. Now sensitivity analysis, we analyze how changing input variable value affects output variable value. This is most important points to understand. And we use one-way data table and two-way data table, because as we know, data table can be one-way or two-way. In one-way means we change one input variables, and two-way data table means we change two input variables. But another important thing is the value of one input variable can be arranged, as we can see here, row data table and column data table. So here I generated for row data table as well as column data table. So let's see how to generate this. So for this row data table, I am removing this full line. Say removed. And to get this item sold, how I got this? Because here I have one questions. In this regard, it says if the selling price cost is $30 per unit, how does a change in the number of units sold affect profit? Use a one-way data table to consider the following number of items sold. So what are those? 200, 250, 300 up to 700. So we have to create this data table. It means this blank row, it will be profit. Here also blank row, it will be profit. Then using these two data table, we will generate this graph. So first here what I'll do, put equal, select this profit, this one. So press enter. So you got this. Now I have to say select this full area, full item. I selected. After selecting, I go data, what if analysis, then select data table. What it says? Row input, because this is row. So surely we shall go here. This one, it is, I can bring slide here, you can see it, this is decision variables. This item sold 500, so I am selecting this 500 here, this one. Press OK. You see, it is generated. Same way I can do it here, and this 0, it will be created the way I did here, same way. Then we have to select this full. There is some difference, so I'll show you what is the difference. Small difference. So this is data table. What is the difference? Before I choose row input cell, only the thing here I have to select column input cell. Same thing. Same places I have to click on the number of items sold. Same one, this one, but in column. So what you got now? If you click it here, see, it is created. So if you compare these two, you see the same value. Only the difference, this is in row, this is in column. And this graph is plotted with these two lines. So number of items sold in x-axis, profit on y-axis, and we got a linear line equations. It means linear equation. Relationship is linear, so it is a straight line. And 500, this is the break-even point, because as we know 500, here it is 0. So 500, profit will be 0. So what we found from here? Each additional 50 units sold increase profit by 1000. If you look at this, for 500 it was 0. When this 500 becomes 550, profit is 1000. So 1000 increase per 50 items sold increase. Again for 550 to 600 it is 2000, then 3000. So each 50 units increments. So each additional 50 units sold increase profit by 1000. Now we go for the next one. Next one, it is also one-way data table. Only difference is input variables. Before we have taken number of items sold. Now we will take selling price, this one. Difference is only this. All other will be same. So here you can look at, this is the second problem, what it says. If the number of units sold is 500, how does a change in selling price affect profit? So also here it says one-way data table. To consider selling price, say 28, 28.5, 29, so 50 cents increments up to 33. So we have taken data up to 33. Now this 0, this profit, same way we can create, selecting the profit that cell. Now if we select this all, this row, and bring this one again, so this data table, and you have to row input cell, same way you have to go for, but be sure with, now we have to come here, not this one, selling price, because our question is on selling price, so we have to click here. Now I am going there again to see how the values are changing. So this will be generated, so press OK. See, it is generated. row, it is generated. So same way I can do that for column. Here already this profit, it is the same way to be created. Now highlighting this or selecting this all, go data, and what if data table, as you know, now we have to bring cursor here in the column because it is column, but here we'll go for selecting the selling price. So bring here, it is selected. Now come to that position again. So here we will be here now. So look at how it is generated. Press OK. See, it is generated. So if we do the graph, plotting the graph, what it says. So graph is here, and it is also x-axis. It is selling price. Profit is on y-axis, and this is a relationship is linear. So this is a straight line, and this is break-even point because we have seen against profit 0, it was $30 selling price. Now in this graph or in this data, what we found actually, if we look at each additional 50 cents increment, what it says, 0 for 30.5 it is 250, for 31 it is 500, then 750, it means 250 increase. That's why I have written here, each additional 50 cents in selling price increases profit by $250. So we got this. Now we will go for two-way data table. Two-way data table means it allows us to see how changing the values of two input variables. Here two input variables means item sold and selling price affects the value of the total profit. So how to arrange this? Value of one input variables must be arranged vertically, same as column. So we put here selling price, and the other input variable must be arranged horizontally, this one. So vertically and horizontally. So what question says? The company estimates the following probability distribution for the number of items sold. So number of items sold already the same as the previous one what we have seen. It is 200 to 700, and selling price will be same as 28 to 33 dollars. But there is additional things are here. It is probability. That's why it says number of items sold this and the following probability distribution for the number of items sold. So we have probabilities here 0.05, 0.1, 0.15. So I am putting all this. So this probability distribution, it is to be kept along the bottom of the data table. So probability distribution will be along the bottom of the data table. Look at. So I have already values are here. So what I will do, I will remove all. So it is removed, and also I will remove this. Also I will remove here profit. So this is the scenario. Now everything is clear. Selling price, item sold, and probability. We have to generate data here as well here. First we have to select here break even point, that $0. So how to? Same way, we have to take here, say, same place we have to go, this one, profit. So it is selected. Now you look at this, it is selected. So it is done. Okay. Now this profit is here. Press enter. So you got 0. Now you have to select this whole area. How? Press here, pull it and select the whole area. Now like before, we have to bring the data table. Okay, so we got the data table. Here one important things, here we have to use both cells, row and column. For this row we have to select item sold, for this column we have to select selling price. So let's go our business model data. So first row input cell, you have to select this number of items sold, select this one. Now for second option, column input, select the selling price. It is done. Now we go our table place. So this is the table. We are here. So this is our position now. Now if I click here, already we selected both. If I click OK, data will be generated. So it is generated. Now to be sure with that our data is correct, how to do that? Look at this, I put a red mark for 0. Why? Because already we know item sold 500 means profit is 0, break even point. As well selling price 30 means break even point. So see, against 30, against 500, we got 0. So if it is correct, so all the data we generated, all are correct. Now I have to generate expected value. How? Here I will use some product. Some product, already it came. Some product. So in this case, which rows I have to select? So I am creating expected value here in this line. So I have to select this full row. It is selected from F47 to P47. Now put comma and then I have to select this probability. So let's select the probability. I selected because this will be multiplied with all these rows. But the question is, as this is only one place, it is absolute, I must log this value. So I have to log this probability row. How? Press F4. It means put $sign on both. Here also press F4. It is also $sign on both side of P, here $sign both side of F. It means these rows are locked. So this will be used for all these rows. So now close it. It is closed. Press enter. Values are generated. It is generated already. So Now I have to get all this, so just easy, click here and bring this here, generated. So what we are finding? We are finding that the best price, it is 33, because here you see, look at this is the expected value, maximum value 2115. So against this row here it is 33, so we can write the best price is $33 and expected profit for this selling price is $2115. So we understood how to use one-way data, how to create one-way data table, how to create two-way data table. So that's all for today.